What's up, y'all? Welcome back
Welcome to Stirred Up.
to another great pod, per usual. I'm LeChae. I'm your
Jimmy.
half black. Wow. Okay. Rude.
No one cares about your intro anyway. They
Okay.
just want to hear what I have to say.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
No one cares about my intro.
Your mom watches. She cares. Go ahead.
Ew, don't burp when I do my intro.
You weren't doing your intro.
Hey, y'all. I'm LeChae. I'm your half black, half British, made in Greece, born in Turkey, ice cream loving, engaged dietitian. I hate him.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jimmy. The lid loving, hot sauce savant, the man, the myth, the mystical creature. I already said my name at the beginning, but I'll say it again. Jimmy.
What's up? Welcome back. As I say every episode, thank you guys for supporting us, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. We appreciate you a ton. Keep it up, please. We love y'all. So first things first,
Rest
I'm
in
the
peace,
realist.
Uncle Phil. For real.
We have a random word generator that will mask our words. Dead.
All right.
What the?
Dead.
Okay, thanks. So before we begin, well, I guess you can do your lid intro.
Lid of the week. I'll have to do my Jack Harlow thing again. Wasn't as good the first time though. But
What is Jack Harlow?
MTV, because it's I changed that line. It's like MTV Jam of the Week, and I replaced the word jam with me going lid.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's because you don't watch our pod after.
Yeah.
I do though. Anywho, it's the lid of the week. We got some color coordination going on. I had to look fresh, look fly, make sure I'm looking good, So, we have it's a forest green Cincinnati Reds hat, and the Cincinnati logo is pink.
It's like a powder pink.
Yeah, it's like a powder pink. Matches my pink hoodie and my green jacket. I don't know actually what a members... Would this be a members only jacket? Is that what this is? I don't know. I don't know what a members... For our older generation, what's a members only jacket?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah, it's from like the 80s. Like that was the cool thing in the 80s. But I don't actually know what they look like. So, yeah, it's just a little get up I got. I got the watch going. Bling, bling, ring, ring, chang, chang,
Wow. Okay. More importantly, my t-shirt says unity, equality, and love. So you know what that means. Go out and vote.
Please vote.
Register. Vote. It's important.
Shout out COVID.
And on to more lighter things. I would like to shout out one of my best friends, Janelle, for getting me this great mug because I'm engaged. So it may look like tea. It's not. It's alcohol.
Oh, we got some tea, though.
But I wanted to use it because it's adorable. So thank you, Janelle. Oh, and also, Zanaya, if you want to come over and pick up your hair rubber band.
And just stay for a while.
Yeah, you forgot it. So maybe if you want to come get that'd be great. So,
Zanaya.
okay. Let's go ahead and start our pod. Let's not sulk about sad things.
No, baby. All right. It's today in the news.
You almost forgot.
No,
and you're worried.
I don't
about why it was an awkward pod.
I don't forget. You boys got it now.
Okay, so
Wow, look at the frequency
we're
level.
gonna start off with just saying Nicki Minaj had her baby. They have welcomed their first child. To be completely honest, I did not read any article about it. I just saw the headline, so I was like, dope, they had their kid. Don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Don't know a name. I know for a fact that there's no pictures that are going to be posted yet because she's probably going to wait until a tabloid offers her the most money to take said pictures.
Which is smart. Why would do the same thing? Because they're going to get leaked anyway. You might as well profit.
For sure.
Even though Oh, no, her hubby's not the billionaire. It's not her.
No. But congrats.
She the breadwinner.
To Nicki Minaj.
Congratulations, Barbie.
Moving on.
Roman. I wonder if they named the baby Roman.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That'd be funny.
Or Wayne.
Wayne. Oh, like Lil Wayne? No, that'd be weird. This guy did serious time. I don't think he'd let that slide. Pretty sure he allegedly murdered multiple people.
Oh, cool. Same.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. James actually found this headline, or this article. A man who is 103 years old set the record to being the oldest man to ever tandem skydive.
Al Blasky. 103 years old. He first did it at 100.
Yeah, so it's not like he's like been a skydiver for like all of his life. He literally did it.
Started at year 100, and then he said he vowed to come back to celebrate his grandson's graduating college. So,
his grandsons. I thought it was his son.
No, it was his grandsons.
Oh,
and so at 103,
they're twins.
His twin grandsons graduated, and he tandem skydived to celebrate.
Mm-hmm. So shout out to you.
And it was in Texas. So Mitch, if you would just chop, you could have been his tandem instructor. But you weren't. So
here we are.
Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fly in here, and it's bothering me. It was just in my ear. Do we do the Irish court? Okay, don't hit the microphone, homie.
I killed it. You're welcome.
Nice. Make a wish. I wish you'd tell your friends. Anywho, the last today in the news. An Irish court, so a Supreme Court in Ireland, ruled that Subway's bread cannot actually be deemed bread, and this whole lawsuit is due to a tax write-off by what is considered like not essential, but like an essential food, like an essential food group. And they said no, because Subway's bread has 5 times the amount of sugar that is the amount that they have allowed and regulated to be considered bread. So I think 2% is the limit of sugar, 2% in the flour ratio, and theirs is 10%. So an Irish court ruled that Subway's bread is not actually bread, and they don't get a tax write-off for it.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I mean, no wonder it's so good. I mean, they say 3 things need to happen for food to be delicious. It needs to be fatty, needs to be sugary, or it needs to be salty.
Or all 3. That's.
Well, right. So, I mean, it makes sense. So.
Love me some fats and some salt. I like candy gummies, but like I like savory, you know me.
Well, so back to Subway for a hot sec before we move on. In Spain, there was a Subway around the corner from my house that was 24/7. I have never seen a 24/7 Subway ever in my life until I went to Madrid, and that was my drunk food. So, Subway's good.
I love Subway, and so does Jared.
Okay, moving right along to our next segment.
Moving along. Jimmy Sports Talk. I just might have to do that every time. I think we've got it.
Okay, but we say that every time, and then you change it.
Sony record label, sign me. No, that's been the one.
Okay.
Jimmy Sports Talk.
See, you did a different octave then. Different pitch.
Same notes, different octave. Maybe I went from an alto to a soprano.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah, so put that in your juice box and suck it. Jimmy Sports Talk. So multiple games are being postponed this week due to COVID. Titans Steelers. Due to the Titans, not the Steelers. And now, someone who might have actually been in the early MVP running, Cam Newton, doing really well for the Patriots. He's just tested positive for COVID. So for all you Patriots fans, ha! But that's being
Cam
postponed.
Newton,
I do like Cam Newton. Like I really bump with Cam Newton, so I feel bad for him. But I mean, if anything, this is just helping him. It's buying him more time. The sample size, he's going to get paid from somewhere. But yeah, so Chiefs Patriots is postponed.
So this is what didn't make sense about that is so they were supposed to play on Sunday, and they said that the game is going to get postponed to either Monday or Tuesday.
So I think it's what they did the same thing with the Steelers where they postponed it long. They need more time to get the rest of the team's test results. So he tested positive, so it gives the doctors time to get the results so they can evaluate. They're telling the fans so everyone can be like, don't worry, you're going to play. But in reality, it's them saying, let's get the results for the rest of the team, and if no one else on the Patriots is positive, we're going to use our backup and we're going to play this game.
Okay, well, that's really shitty, though, because when people test positive for COVID, everyone around them is supposed, or that they came in contact with, yes, they're supposed to get tested as well. And if they're negative, but if you're in like close contact with someone, you're essentially supposed to also quarantine.
But we don't know the situation of if it was like he went to dinner the other night and they just test because this is NFL teams. Like, they could be testing every week. They could be daily testing. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe he wasn't in contact with any of the teams. So we'll see. Hopefully the NFL is taking this super serious because I want there to be a season.
I do too. I just don't think that they are.
Yeah. And then the NBA Finals. I feel bad. Jimmy Butler is trying to will this team, but without Bam Adebayo and I remember his name. I can see his face, and I want to say he's not. It's their point guard. He's foreign. I can't believe I don't remember his name. Wow, that's unreal. I'm a bad fan. Anyway. They're missing two key pieces. Goran Dragic. So we're going to bring it back. The NBA Finals. Miami Heat. They're missing Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic. They're now down 2-0 to the Lakers. Lakers are pretty much on their way to a chip. LeBron's going to get his fourth, which I'm pretty happy about. I did want the Heat to give him a series. But something big happened the other night. In Game 2, LeBron James in the Mamba jerseys at the 8-minute and 24-second mark scored the 81st point for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant's career high is 81. He wore 8 and 24, and they were in the Mamba jerseys. Very special moment. I think that pretty much seals the deal. I think the Heat, you're probably going to get swept. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is going to be an easy Lakers win. So congrats to LeBron on your 4th ring.
Congrats. Early congrats. And congrats on that historical moment, scoring the 81st point.
Something special about sports, man. And also, we can't discredit Anthony Davis is averaging like 36, 12, and 8 right now. Like, he's balling. So, yeah.
So, before we move on to the next segment, I do want to take a quick comment about the Steelers-Titans game being postponed because I saw this on Twitter. So, for those of you who do not know, the Steelers-Titans game was supposed to be played this Sunday at 1. It got postponed to, I believe, week 7, which was supposed to be the Steelers' bye week, okay? So now the NFL is making this weekend be the Steelers' bye week. We're playing our normal bye week, and then, some games just got moved around
so
that.
13 straight weeks of football.
So our tight end, Ibron, number 85.
Ibron. No H.
Ibron. Sorry.
Eric Ibron.
Our tight end, Eric Ibron.
Hebron. Isn't that in Kentucky? Sorry.
I think so.
There's a Hebron, Kentucky.
Maybe that's
why
why
you got that from.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. So our tight end, Eric Ibron, had scheduled, I don't know how old his kid is, but his kid's birthday party for their bye week.
Oh,
okay.
No.
And now he has to miss his kid's birthday party because now they're using this weekend as their bye week. And he's actually pretty upset, rightfully so. Yeah. Because it's not the Steelers' fault.
And you did it around your work's
and it's
time.
not the Steelers' fault that stuff is getting postponed and changed. It's the Titans' fault.
Right.
I mean, not the whole Titans organization, but
But it's the Titans' fault.
And so now he's saying, why do we have to be punished? Because the Titans tested positive when that,
Yeah, why can't that be a
Titans issue and not like an also Steelers issue, which like I do get, because then it's like, who would the Steelers play this weekend? Whatever.
The
like
Chiefs.
I get it.
You guys could play the Chiefs.
True. But okay,
and they could swap a Rooski.
But a lot of people on Twitter are shaming him for being upset that the schedule changed because they obviously pulled the dumb dead card of you make millions of dollars, us middle class people have to deal with this. But all
you
the
also
time.
The sacrifices you make to be a professional athlete. You miss family time. Like, to give you an example, granted they're in a bubble. LeBron James hasn't seen his family in like 2 months.
But also, like, that's not fair. Just because someone makes a lot of money doesn't mean that they can't also be upset when schedules change and they can't spend time with their family. Right. What does making money have anything to do with that?
If anything, like, you feel more entitled when you make a lot of money. You feel like you have some control and you should be able to express your opinion.
And you can still be a family person and still make a lot of money. Like, no one's saying that it just doesn't make sense
Whether
how
you
people
work
use
at-
that for their argument.
Yeah, whether you work at Dollar General or for a Fortune 500 company, when you're guaranteed an off day and you schedule your life around it, and it gets changed because of someone else's mistake, you're going to be frustrated.
You're going to be upset about
Yeah,
that. And just
and you
because
have every
you
right to
make
vent
millions
that.
of dollars doesn't change the fact that you have to change your schedule.
If anything, it makes it harder because I'm sure he dropped some serious coin on some stuff for this birthday party.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, I just think it's stupid.
We're
if
with
you're
you,
one
Eric
of
Ibron.
Yeah, if you're one of those people who uses the excuse of people who make millions of dollars can't have life problems as well, you're a crappy person.
Yeah. If anything, they have more because they don't know who to trust financially. There's a lot more that goes into that. We've always said we want to be rich. We don't want to be famous.
Do not want to be famous.
But
at
if you
all.
guys want to make us famous and along with that comes richness, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So tell a friend to tell a friend. Stealing that from the lineup with Will and Mass. That's their phrase. So sorry, guys. I stole it.
Okay, so moving on to our next segment is our topic of debate. So James does not know this topic of debate yet. It's not very exciting. It's not as cool as our vampire AIDS one last week. But I think it's a genuine one. Do you think you and your boss, well, okay, not like literally your boss now, but do you think you could be best friends with your boss?
Okay. My knee-jerk reaction is no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been a boss and like being with a boss, like you have to make decisions that the personal can get in the way. Like that's why people say like Bill Belichick, for example, they said he's
dead.
Like he's cut a guy on Christmas. But he also says he doesn't build great relationships with his players. Hence why when they were like Tom Brady and Belichick have beef, you'd think, well, they've won so many Super Bowls, how do they have beef? Because Belichick keeps it professional.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for good business, no. But then again, if it's someone maybe you've known, or if you develop that relationship and you are kind of the next in power and you're kind of their right-hand man, and it's like they're the CEO and you're the COO, then yeah, I could see it because then you're the only one who...
You have to work together.
But you're the only one who isn't fearful of them to be like, where everyone else is like, oh, yes, sir, and you're like, bro, like, this isn't a good idea. Mm-hmm. But you're the only one that's with the balls to say it. But in reality, no, I don't think you can be best friends with your boss. I don't think it's a good idea.
So I kind of see both sides. I think that if you and your boss have strong enough personalities, you can be best friends because your boss needs to be professional enough to still tell you when you're in the wrong. You know, they can't give you priority, give you special treatment. They should have a strong enough personality to treat you like every other employee. And just the same with you can't be mad at them if they treat you like every other employee. So I think you both need to have strong personalities and like be a good professional person.
I think you have to have good personalities that work well with each other. Having a strong personality could also turn the other.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, you do kind of need to be confident and okay with getting criticism.
Absolutely.
Because your boss should still be able to treat you like an employee because you are still their employee. So I think it definitely is a touchy line for sure. For sure. Just because you should not receive special treatment just because you're best friends with the boss. Because that'll cause for a not great work environment and dynamic with the rest of your coworkers.
Or it could get you a raise.
It could, but it won't cause for a good work environment. I never said anything about money. I just said a good work environment with your other coworkers. Because you will get hella people talking behind your back and not wanting to work with you if you're best friends with the boss.
Oh, I know.
So yeah. Let us know your thoughts about that in the comments. Do you think you can be best friends with your boss?
Yeah, I say no.
I say depends. Okay, celebrity fact check. So this is kind of it kind of goes off of our vampire topic of debate last week. So way back when Angelina Jolie and Billy Thornton were a couple.
Billy Bob Thornton.
There were rumors that they had...
Rumors?
There were rumors about their vampire tendencies. Okay. So Thornton apparently confirmed that Jolie thought it would be interesting and romantic if they took a razor blade and sliced their fingers, smeared a little blood on lockets, and wore it around their neck.
Oh, no, that happened. I did hear about that.
Yeah. No,
Like, they did it.
I know.
Oh, I thought you meant just like thought it like.
No. The rumors that they had these vampire tendencies, and then Thornton said, like, confirmed it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so I kind of am indifferent about that because it's weird.
Can we just rewind real quick and taking it away? But like, so Angelina Jolie, most notably known for being married to Brad Pitt, was with Billy Bob Thornton. I just want to I'll show pictures of the comparison between men she's been with, and apparently has been in love with. But she also obviously is a little skoo.
I mean, okay, but she also went through a really bad eating disorder period, really, really bad. Which I think was part of the reason that her and Brad Pitt split.
Okay, that would make sense though, because in Gone in 60 Seconds, she was like skinny, like really unhealthy bad. Skinny. Like she was supposed to be like the hot one in the movie, and I was like, you look like a skeleton with dreads. Blonde dreads though. She still had some sex appeal though. I'll give her credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
So she has a wide range of types, apparently.
Apparently, O positive.
Would you not wear my blood around your neck?
I mean, it'd be freaking weird, but like,
I would say screw it.
I would wear it in a bracelet. I'd prefer a bracelet.
Okay.
If you like put it in like a
ring.
little, if there was like a metal bracelet and then a little connector, kind of like how you connect to glow. Yeah, like a little vial. Mm-hmm. Yeah, screw it. I'd wear it.
Yeah, I think I would do that with a ring. Like, it looks like a pearl, but, like, it's red.
Plus, if anything ever happened to you, apparently this is possible now, I could clone you at that point, so.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would just clone you. I wonder, so do you think if you were cloned, if you were to clone me or if I were to clone you, I don't feel that the same personality would.
Have you seen that episode of Black Mirror? So her, I would say fiance, dies in a car accident. Mm-hmm. And her friend tells her of this new program where you can text them. Okay, so it's like a computer-generated thing where they learn more about your past loved one to be able to still make conversation with you. Okay, so they can text you. And then it moves on to phone calls. And they're able to somehow generate that person's voice and talk to on the phone. And then extreme is like you can get like a clone, like a dummy that literally inherits all type of traits from that person, everything.
Okay, but I'm saying let's take away from the Black Mirror episode.
No. Okay, but I'm saying in that episode he had all of the same traits. So like was literally identical, and it freaked her out, and she wanted to kill him, but she couldn't because like he was her fiance. Mm-hmm. So she locked him up in an attic.
Dude, that's so... it's a slippery slope right there. But I just think about, like, if I was to clone you, like, would you just be a potato that looks like you? Or would you develop other, like... Because it would suck if, like, I'm seeing something that looks like you and reminds me of you, but, like, is a crazy bitch.
It's not me. Yeah. Yeah. Or, like, the complete opposite. Like, just a boring...
That's true.
Person that you don't even want to spend time with, but it's me.
What if you, like, end up like... What if your clone likes, like, grunge rock? And knitting.
Okay, would you not love me if I liked
what if she was a
knitting?
Baltimore fan?
Ooh.
Do I have the right to kill her?
Yes. Yes. Baltimore, Bengals, or Patriots, you have the
No, I would actually, I think because I know you'd be like looking down on me, I would make her a Bengals fan.
But I would come and haunt you. I would literally I'd
be like, this was your favorite team.
Yo.
I'd get
my
her a
clone
Burrow
out there,
jersey.
don't trust anything he
I'd get her a
says.
Vontez Burfict jersey.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're moving on before I call off this engagement. LeChae's fun food fact of the week. This one isn't that exciting, but I needed to move down the list. So, crackers have holes in them for a reason. During the baking process, if the crackers have holes in them, it prevents air bubbles from ruining the product.
Yeah, it's like pizza. That's why you I worked in a pizzeria. That's why I guess that. Is that what the word is?
I don't know.
I think of aerate like you aerate a golf green. But yeah, you have this little thing that you brush the dough so that it doesn't air bubble.
Oh, well, I think it's the same with concept. Pies. You know how like you cut slits in the top of the pie?
Exact same concept.
To I think it's aerate.
Yeah, aerate. I mean, that's what they call it for greens, like for putting greens.
So. So that's why crackers have holes in them. They're not just there for funsies. I'm picking.
I was good last week.
You were, surprisingly, but I just don't see you doing it 2 weeks in a row. Sucks I can't read any of these because they're all facing the other way. That's the one I want you to pick. Oh my gosh. You have to fast forward during this part. I have to pee. Remember when I said he wasn't going to be good 2 weeks in a row?
This one. What is it?
Jr's Random Facts.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I've been waiting for this freaking segment for so long.
Is that the one that you said you wanted me to do when it was in my hand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one.
You can look at the camera. I was looking at her the whole time.
Okay. So, JR is literally one of my best friends. One of my best friends.
Shout out JR. I love him.
Yeah. No, he's great. So he always tells me every time we talk on the phone, random facts that no one should know. Like, it's the most random stuff, but it's very fascinating. So, like, he reads a lot of articles, whatever. So this segment is called JR's Random Facts. So I kind of keep tabs of, like, the more interesting facts that he tells me. So I have two. So one is about George Foreman. If you don't know George Foreman, you probably know George Foreman grills. Okay. George Foreman was a famous heavyweight champion who got endorsed to also be the spokesperson for these grills. Okay. Also, fun fact about that, Hulk Hogan got the original offer and he turned it down.
Yep.
And the second option was George Foreman, and George Foreman made more money from the grills than he did in boxing.
And he made a lot of money boxing. He was a world champ.
Yes.
Like, when boxing was at its peak, when it was the highest form of entertainment.
Yes. Okay. So, fun fact that I learned from JR about George Foreman.
Kids.
Yeah, so it's about his kids.
Is that what it's about?
Yes.
Oh.
I told you this, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's probably where I thought that.
Okay, so George Foreman.
Oh, I remember this.
has 12 children. Okay, 12. 5 sons and 7 daughters. His daughters are not the topic of this fun random fact. It's his sons, okay? 5 sons. Their names are George Jr., George the 3rd, George the 4th, George the 5th, and George the 6th. And one of his daughters is named Georgette. So
think he's into himself?
I think that's pretty crazy.
Like, what do you have to call them by their middle names? Or you call them, like, number 1, number 2, number 3?
He has nicknames for them. So, like, quote, Monk, Big Wheel, Red, Little Joey, wherever those come from.
Little Joey. Where'd you get that from? I don't know. My name's George the 4th.
So, yeah. So those are his sons' names. The second fun random fact that I learned from JR. So, like, Mozart and, like, Beethoven, their music is not purchased by anyone. So no one can copyright their music. It's, like, free for anyone to use because they can't be purchased by anyone. I believe that's what he told me, which I think is pretty fascinating. So, like, their music's not owned by anyone.
Well, I think it's because they were releasing it and it was record back when that wasn't a thing. You just did it for the art and you were hired as a performer. So, and I don't think they have family that can own it and can accept the royalties.
True. So, yeah. So
interesting, though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So, hopefully we have more crazy fun facts from JR. He's great. And in the very near future, he will be on our podcast. So, well, I wouldn't say near future, in a few months. So, all right. Business shout out. Do we have a business to shout out? Sorry, y'all. I have to pee so bad.
So, my business shout out, it's actually kind of a potential. So, if you tune in the next few weeks, we have a new and up and coming business. My boy Bosco is going to be sending us some wine and some stuff. So soon on Wine and Cheese Wednesday, I don't know his brand. He's getting the finalization together of his whole company and everything. So we're just going to, it's the business shout out's going to be stay tuned for our future business shout out. It's going to be a sponsor on Wine and Cheese Wednesday. If I know anything about this kid, he's a grinder. So I'm sure, and he works very hard at making sure whatever he does is quality. So I'm sure it's going to be good quality stuff. So yeah, stay tuned.
Yes. So that wraps up our pod. So, like I always say, thank you guys for liking, subscribing, commenting. Keep it up. Every Tuesday, our podcast drops on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and there's one other one. Pandora. Dang it. And Pandora. The video recording like this drops on our YouTube. And then every Wednesday, our Wine and Cheese Wednesday drops. So be sure to tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday on our YouTube to catch these videos.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, for the ladies, if you pee or poop, the guys, if you poop, if you wipe with your hand, you're a Neanderthal.
What? Did you just make that up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Love my jokes.
See you on the flip side.
Peace!
Bye.
I'm gonna dance like this and make you hold your pee because
oh, wait! Pause. Happy birthday to my big sister, Jane. I won't say her age, but happy birthday. And I would like to say a great happy anniversary to my parents.
Yeah. Shouts out.
Yep. That's it. Thank you. Bye.
Peace. Gonna dance and make you hold your pee. Hey.
Can I do it? Oh.
Oh, you got pee yet? And cut.
Cut. Check. 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 Check.
Mic check.
You always want me to say words.
Mic check. 1, 2.
Check.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Check. One, two.
Get on phonics.
Two. Check.
dead.